Hello, and welcome to the Jock Doc Podcast featuring Dr. London Smith. He's a medical freak with a fit physique. I'm DJ Dylan. Now introducing your host, Dr. London Smith.
Hello, and welcome to Jock Doc, where we discuss fitness and health and how to incorporate our modern understanding of science and medicine into our daily lives, but without it being so boring.
Woo!
I'm your host, drlondonsmith.com, and we've gotten a great deal of listener feedback. So first of all, thank you all for your input and your criticisms. So some listeners have been confused as to why the podcast is called Jock Doc. So the simple answer is that I have always been sort of the classic jock type, and in medical school and residency, and in my career since, people just started calling me the Jock Doc. So it was a natural fit. I'm a fitness and lifestyle coach in my spare time, and that hobby just sort of spilled into podcasting.
Well, and you beat me up.
Here? You want to do this here?
No, I mean,
that was... Well, let me, if you wouldn't, I'll just...
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Beat me up.
So another listener...
That was one of the reasons. Because you're kind of a jock, because you beat me up. But
Okay, well, so another listener mentioned that they stop listening when I use such complicated terms like stethoscope, ambulance, and blood pressure cuff. So I'll try to tone it down on the medical jargon.
Yeah, that was me. I couldn't make heads or tails of some of the stuff you were saying.
Okay, and so the one who's talking, that's our producer, Cameron.
Kept saying uvula. I don't even know where to even start with that. I'm here to make things make a little more sense.
Right, to simplify things, because sometimes I get caught up in the nitty-gritty, the details of the pathophysiology involved in medicine. And Cameron, Right.
Med what?
So thankfully, we have him here today to help me stay relatable in that regard. In addition, we are joined, as always, by DJ Dylan in the house. Later in the show, Cameron...
This is one DJ you don't want to f*** with.
Later in the show...
DJ Dylan played again.
This is one DJ you don't want to f*** with.
If you could come in with that every 90 seconds or so. Okay, London, go ahead. Dr. London.
This is one
Later in the show, Cameron tells me that we have a special guest as well.
We sure do, Dr. London.
So without further ado, let me share a tale from the hospital. We had a young patient who had smoked marijuana, or cannabis, it's also known.
Talking about that green.
Mm-hmm. So he was presenting So he was presenting with symptoms of feeling like his stomach was moving. That was his complaint. Now, marijuana is known for helping you relax. However, it can also have sort of an opposite effect because it can cause paranoia, increased anxiety. So in the case of this patient, he likely felt something like his digestive tract moving food along through peristalsis, and that's when the walls of the digestive tract expand and contract to move food along. It can also be normal to feel movement and even to hear sounds from your abdomen.
Yeah, but I bet he was relaxed, though. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? He was talking about smoking that.
Oh, so
smoking that.
Because
smoking that kush. Probably pretty relaxed, right, Dr. London?
Yeah.
You're telling me that he was so relaxed that he got paranoid about how relaxed he was?
Well, it's funny you should bring that up because it's actually... So the point I'm actually making here is that sometimes it can have a counterintuitive effect because it can increase your anxiety levels, even though normally it's known for relaxation.
I don't get it. Can you talk in normal terms, Doc?
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah. I like that guy.
So, in addition, he may also have been feeling the pulse of his abdominal aorta, which runs near the belly button.
You're telling me this dude smoked so much weed that even his stomach started tripping out? His stomach got worms crawling around in it?
Well, I mean, in a way, you could say that the digestive tract is a lot like a big worm in the way that it expands and contracts.
Yuck.
Well, but it just happens to be something that we're born with, and that grows over time, you know. But in the same way that a worm sort of squeezes and contracts in different parts, your digestive tract is the same thing to move food along.
You're telling me this all happened because he smoked weed? The worm inside him started moving?
Okay, no. Well, so he actually it
Tell me
started.
there's a worm inside of me right now?
Okay, no. I'm actually the comparison is that similar to the way a worm moves, you could compare that to how your digestive tract moves food along. But so in any case, today we're actually talking about the lungs. That's the topic for today. So whenever you breathe, every time, if you feel, Cameron, you take a breath.
It probably upsets all the worms in your stomach if you're taking big breaths like that. Now it makes sense why your stomach starts moving like that.
Okay, well that's...
I imagine a big breath like that probably gets your worms going pretty fast.
Oh, and so, sorry, this would be my fault. To clarify, you don't normally have worms in your stomach?
Because I smoke. Drowns the
Smoke
worms.
weed every day.
Right, but actually...
Smoke suffocates the worms, pushes them down.
Okay, well, and that's... So the way breathing actually works is you have these two sacs in your chest.
Worm sacs.
And whenever you breathe in, they expand. They fill with air. And you have little sacs, mini sacs inside of those called alveoli. And those expand. And they're like little balloons almost. And so they fill up with air. And then when you exhale, when you let your breath out, then it passes out. And so you have an exchange of fresh air with oxygen, and you breathe out the carbon dioxide.
I don't buy that. The other day I was in my pool, and I took a big. I was down at the bottom. I was doing a tea party. You know what I mean when you float to the bottom, and I took a big old breath, thinking like, oh, it's probably time for me to take a breath. It's been about 5 to 10 seconds. It's pretty normal. Didn't get a single drop of air. Okay. But I felt those worms going. I do agree with you on that.
Okay, well, on that, so...
But there's other mumbo-jumbo stuff. This is, Doc, we've been talking about this. This is our 30th episode.
Well,
we've been talking about this.
Well, this is an odd... So, whenever you say you were having a tea party...
Yeah, at the bottom of my pool.
You were having...
Well, it's not a pool.
Okay.
It's more like a quarry.
So, you found a quarry.
Yeah, my quarry.
So, you have a quarry.
Yeah.
And you... went to the bottom of it for a tea party.
Can I have some more? You know, that kind of tea party.
Yeah. That's...
Oliver Twist, tea party.
Right. So what happened there was actually that you were breathing in, it sounds like water.
Yeah,
if you were underwater.
Worms can't live without water.
Okay. Well, and so in that scenario, you actually, that's how drowning actually happens.
We're just running in circles, Doc. This is the same stuff over and over again.
Okay, so...
You tell me something, I repeat it back. You say, oh, you breathe into your lungs, but you can't do it at the bottom of a quarry because it's going to upset the worms in your stomach, make you sick like marijuana. I'm saying if I smoke marijuana before I go to the bottom of a quarry and take a big breath in, it shouldn't upset anything following your same logic, the logic that you just broke down. Yet I'm telling you, I felt awful. I felt so... bad after I went to the bottom of that quarry and took a big old breath in.
Okay. And okay,
God, made me sleepy.
Okay, this might be my fault in part. So one thing I didn't clarify was that you're only breathing in air when you are above water. If you are underwater, then you're going to be breathing in water. And so that might have been the issue you ran into, because your body is not made to breathe in water.
Okay, what about Steve Zissou? Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou?
I never, I'm not familiar.
He's down under the water, he's breathing.
Is he in some sort of submersible?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so in
It's
that
Life Aquatic.
Okay. So in that
Steve.
film, he's breathing in air because his containment chamber is filled with air, even though that chamber is underwater. But what he is breathing is still oxygen. Is still
He's
air.
breathing the same. Okay. How do I explain
Were you in a
this?
submersible in the quarry?
I was submersed at the bottom of the quarry having a tea party.
Okay.
Well, how can I make this clear? I was at the bottom. I was having a tea party. I was down there with my friends.
And
I took in a big old breath because it had been 5 to 10 seconds,
And so to
which
clarify,
you said was okay. Upset the worms in my stomach. Had to take a nap.
okay. So who were your friends meeting you at the bottom of the quarry?
I passed out so quickly. I have no idea.
So to start this tea party, did you know who you were meeting at the bottom of the water in the quarry?
Well, I mean, no, not when I got there, but I mean, by the time I got down there, I mean, we were all down there, so got to make friends with somebody.
Did you know that there was a tea party going on at the bottom of the... Why did you go down into the bottom?
I went to the quarry. I smoked marijuana. It upset the
Okay.
worms in my stomach, so I said, I'm going to go down to the bottom of the quarry, have a tea party. Tea party
Okay.
is when you sit Indian style and you float to the bottom and
Okay.
you mime a little tea party. Met my friends down there. Blacked out instantly.
Okay.
Woke up here at this podcast.
Oh. Okay, so to clarify something for our listeners, one of the first things you'll do in a psychological evaluation or psychiatric evaluation is you will rule out drugs as a cause. So in your instance, Cameron, possibly some of that may, some of what you experienced may have been due to smoking of the marijuana. And it could have had some effects on your experience.
So you're saying if I hadn't smoked, I would have been able to take a big old breath when I was down there having my tea party with my friends.
I am not saying that.
But I wouldn't get so sleepy afterwards. Wake up at a podcast.
So, you know what? Why don't we go ahead? We can move on. From that. Do you have any sponsors
No.
today? Okay. Sorry. To clarify, when you smoked marijuana, that may have altered your judgment, and then you went underwater in search of a tea party.
No, I went down there to have a tea party. There were guys already down there having a tea party. I made friends with them. Went to sleep.
Shortly before
Woke up here.
you inhaled water,
Well, yeah, I was down there for 5 to 10 seconds. Got to take a breath.
blacked out, and also woke up here.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's enough of your experience that I'm not sure you were fully aware of, that I'm not sure if I can actually, follow exactly. But so I'll go ahead and take your word for it on this one. But I guess we'll go ahead and transition into the next segment. Cameron, you said you had something prepared?
Yeah, Dr. London, we actually have a kind of a fun quiz.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
a sort of a personality type of test. It's called Which Genius Are You? I know a lot of your heroes are geniuses from the past, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to see which one you
Sure.
are.
Okay, that sounds nice. Like maybe a little bit off. Like what kind of geniuses do you mean? Like
Leonardo da Vinci,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Einstein, Bill Nye, Neil deGrasse Tyson,
And
my
this-
grandpa.
your grandpa's on the list?
Yeah, let's begin. You ready?
I get. Oh, that sounds. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Question number 1. It's a Friday night, a night out with the girls. What are you wearing? A, sky-high stilettos. B, red lipstick. Or C, a little black dress.
And this helps us to tell.
Which genius you are, yes.
Okay. Which of those would I be most likely to wear? I guess would. I guess the shoes, the stiletto. A. It's the shoes.
Okay. Number 2. A guy flirts with you at the bar. How do you respond? A, flirt back. B, lean in for a kiss. Or C, act coy.
I'm guessing. Most likely, I would. I guess C. Act coy. I wouldn't I wouldn't lean in for a kiss, I don't think.
Your loss. Question number 3. He invites you back to his place. What do you say? A, yes. B, no way. C, no, but you really mean yes.
Okay, for that one, B, no way, would be my answer.
A little bit of a prude, not surprising. Question number 4. Turns out he's a murderer.
What?
He's about to hit you in the head with a crowbar. What do? A, run away. B, lean in for a kiss. Or C, accept your fate and get ready to be reunited with your grandpa in the afterlife.
A, run away is what I would do.
Okay, let me just get all of these in here.
And this is to tell which of the geniuses.
Yeah, it's
I
foolproof.
am.
These quizzes have, I think it said 98% accuracy.
Who said that? Which website is?
The top of the website.
Oh.
Okay, your results are in. You are my grandpa. You're a tough, no-nonsense man. You're a little racist and incontinent. You're just as comfortable with a night out with the girls as you are at home. And above all else, you will never be allowed back at the Valero near your house ever again.
Well, I'm not sure exactly. Sure, okay. Well, thank you for that quiz, Cameron.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So now we know that of all the geniuses throughout history, I am most like your grandpa,
Yeah.
according to that quiz.
All right, let's listen to we've got an advertisement here. If you going to talk about one of our sponsors, if that's okay, Dr. London.
Yes,
Instead
thank
of
you.
Babbling on about worms in your stomach all the time. You're talking about worms. Today we are sponsored by Villo. Villo is a new streaming service from, how do I explain this?
Explain.
There was this article on Yahoo Travel about the top 10 breweries in the country from like 2012. That article is expanding into a streaming service, and that's Villo.
So
right now, you go to yahoo.com/ 2012 -best -breweries -in -America -html. And that's going to take you to the multimedia hub. Create an account there. It's going to have all of our new stream content. This is where this podcast is going to be hosted.
Oh, that's where because you told me
Yep.
you were going to take care of all these details.
Yep. It's Villo, the new streaming service from
Based off of
the
an
best breweries in
article.
America Yahoo Travel article that is now it was so popular, it's now being expanded into a streaming service and multimedia hub. You can do your taxes on it.
Well,
Yeah. Let's give it up for our sponsor.
well, yeah, that sounds great. I'm not quite sure I understand fully, but thank you to our sponsor.
Travel.yahoo.com /12 or 2012 -best -breweries -in -America -.html. That's going to take you to the login screen for Villo, the new streaming service / multimedia hub, to access this podcast and also the article. Those are the only two things on the streaming service right now, is this podcast and then the article about the top breweries in America from 2012.
Okay, so when you say it's a multimedia,
Hub.
okay, it's a little confusing to me, but so we'll just move on from there. Do we have any guests today,
I
Cameron?
don't think so. I think it's just you and me. Oh, wait. Yeah, we do.
Just in the other.
Yeah, we've got one guest.
Okay, good. Yeah, that should be plenty.
And if there's a second guest, I'm going to be furious.
okay,
I signed up for one guest. I'm so tired from when I took a big breath and was at the
yeah, I
bottom
know,
of that
and you woke up here.
quarry having that tea party with my friends. All right, Dr. London, we've got a guest here today. Aren't you excited for it?
Yeah, yeah. You said you were bringing in a professional today.
Yeah, it was someone who's a little bit of an expert in the medical community. You've probably heard of her. We've got Mrs. Smith here with us right now.
Wait, you My mom?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah.
It's like I always told you, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world.
Yep.
Is that...
Where's that in your medical textbook?
It's not.
All these
Well,
tests. I'm a doctor. I'm working on all these people, and I don't even know these common phrases. That's all
Well,
I'm
I
doing.
am so proud of him. That's the thing. And really, whenever I think of my dedication raising him, I'm telling you, it almost brings tears to my eyes. You know, I wish we could just wear in our common life little outfits with badges and things. Like I could have doctor's
Absolutely.
mom. Like one time I was homecoming queen. It could be a permanent fixture.
Well, it's... Okay, and I don't
And
mean
this
to...
is medicine. I'm learning more about medicine right now than I've ever learned listening to Dr. Smith talk.
Well, I appreciate it. Cameron, did you think maybe you could have, like, mentioned... like, not to... Like, I appreciate having my mom around, but it's not... This is sort of a medical show, and we usually try to bring on medical experts.
Yeah.
Listen,
Who's more of a medical expert than the person who raised Dr. Smith?
Do you see how he's getting a little nervous? And here's what we need to
Yeah,
do.
he's mean. He's actively mean.
Here's what we need to do. Calm down, breathe. London, I want you to breathe. Just...
Okay.
He called me stupid after the last podcast. He said I was dumb.
Do you notice how we are connected when we do
Well,
this? Now breathe. Wait.
Yeah. Okay, and that does connect to our theme for this episode, which...
Keep.
Yeah, keep going,
Okay.
Dr. London.
Now, how about this?
Sorry, okay.
Swoosh. Do it.
Swoosh.
Swoosh. Okay. Now I'm gonna do it, and you just continue. Swoosh.
Swish.
Never forget whose vagina you came out of. It's your strength,
Yeah, London.
really. So with all this medical school, remember, you came from me. I gave you your brain, and now you've finished medical school, and I have evolved.
Okay, and what I appreciate...
I wish I had heard this conversation before I spent so much money on medical school.
I'm sorry, you went to medical school, Cameron?
Hell yeah, I did.
Did you finish medical school?
I mean, no.
I'm sorry.
What I'm excited about, though, what I'd like to announce is for all the money, who cares about how much money was spent on medical school? Because here's the breakthrough. The Catholic Church is all about, and I so appreciate this, they noticed a mother, like Jesus' mother, and I'm telling you, Jesus is perfect, but only London's a doctor. And me, humble as I am, I believe we could have a little church about...
Transubstantiation.
Well, it's, there's the Virgin Mother is now that's a big deal, and I'm not even pretending. No virgin here.
Okay.
But really, when you think about it, he is a doctor. It's respectable, and I'm just a humble servant. I could start a church, not the Virgin Mother, just the mother, like the MD mother, like
it's
London's mother church. And here's what you have to do. This is the surprise and why I did the swish. Okay, let's do it again. Ready? Here we go. Get in the zone. Get in the zone.
Okay.
And here we go. Okay.
Can I do this too?
Yes.
Great.
Yes. We could do
Again,
adoption.
I wasted so much money on medical school, and I wish I could have done this.
adoption papers for you.
God,
Okay.
I'm in so much debt.
Okay, everyone tune in. Okay, get in the zone. Okay, get in the zone. Wait, first we're going to do the, first let's do the, I am the walrus. And then we'll all do the, you are me. And, think like that.
This is...
Okay.
I
This
feel like
is
we are
medicine.
veering a little bit from...
No. That's how you have to start. Now, are you ready for swishing? Okay, it's like flying in the air.
Okay.
Ready? Okay, to the left. Swish. Swish. Okay, to the right. Swish.
Swish.
Yes. Okay, now, does someone have an ailment?
I think Dr. London does, right? He
What
said something
hurts?
about he had worms in his stomach.
Okay, no, that's actually... I was describing how
Worms.
peristalsis works, how food just moves through our digestive tract. But
And I told him what I've learned from my medical training is that if you were to smoke some cigarettes, probably kill the worms.
Okay, and that's actually not true. I should clarify for our listeners.
No. If you want to know what the truth is, London, I'm going to tell you, and London's going to swish it to me. Are we ready?
Swoosh.
Okay, the truth is, if you are digging in your yard, put on gloves before you plant in the dirt.
See, this makes sense.
Okay,
Basics. Basics.
Yeah, I don't have any qualms with that. I maybe something did transfer there.
Serious.
Okay. Wow, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That's been a big help.
You know, if you ever doubt yourself or wonder whether or not you can do something, you know, I've taught you this your whole life, and really we should tell everybody, especially our producer who's now my son. Okay, if you doubt yourself and you're not sure what to do, I want you to focus and just pretend you're me. Pretend you're me. Pretend you're me, and then say, I can do it. I can do it. And then just go on out there and do it. And let me tell you, you see this MD doctor right here? That's how I got through medical school. Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's
by
a
just
winner.
imagining that I was you.
Absolutely. In his weakest moments.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I know he's an MD doctor, but most of the time I see an imbecile.
Okay.
I just say MD mama.
Absolutely. I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show, and thank you, Cameron, for finding my mom to be on the show.
Absolutely.
Well, if that's all you have for us for today, we'll go ahead and move on. If that's all right.
Hey, London, do you think your mom would sponsor me to help me get out of this debt?
You have debt?
Just any little bit would help. Just help me get out of this. I'm in a pickle right now.
Is it about money? Because London
It is about money.
London is a doctor. London is
he's got-
you know what
and I'm
that
not
means?
looking
Yeah, he's
to-
got the green.
Yeah.
Well,
Got those dead presidents.
I have my own. Well, let's go ahead and move on from there. Speaking of money, do we have any sponsors today? Any other sponsors besides the other one?
Yeah, with sponsor Villo again.
Oh.
Villo is our streaming service. It's from the travel.yahoo.com. It's a specific article from 2012 about the best breweries in America that has been expanded into a kind of multimedia hub. It's going to be a blogging service. It's going to be, you're going to be able to do your taxes on it. It's going to be kind of like TurboTax, but it's going to be hosting this podcast and all other podcasts that we might do in the future.
Oh, okay. Wow,
So that's Villo.
hopefully
That's travel.yahoo.com/2012 best breweries -in-America-.html.
Good Lord.
You just go there, you create an account.
Wait, excuse me. What about old people? What about how would they
It's
ever?
the same web. This is a cool thing with the technology we have nowadays. It's the same website for young people, old people.
No, that
you could be a baby.
no one
you could
can
be
remember
you could be a
these
hamster,
letters.
and it's going to be the same website.
Nope.
You're just going to go there. You're going to make an account. We'll get back to you in about 2 or 3 days to set up the account.
Only a hamster can remember those numbers.
And then after you'll get the confirmation in 2 or 3
I'm
days
sorry.
after we verify it.
a hamster could remember better.
Well, it would take a hamster to think something like that up
okay.
and believe that somebody would actually remember all those.
Dr. London, could you talk a little bit about
sorry.
the kind of the medical science behind hamster memory?
Okay. Well, and this is actually.
That's a hamster. That noise.
Okay. I was wondering.
Yeah,
So
little Jimmy hamster.
I do appreciate that. Thank you,
Jimmy.
DJ Dylan in the house. Okay, so
Smart. Jimmy's smart.
okay, so actually, we don't study hamster, neurology quite as much.
Oh yeah, you only study worms, right? I forgot about that. That's all you study is worms.
If you would, any child who would have played in the dirt in his childhood wouldn't even have a problem with worms in medical school.
Yeah, Dr. London's obsession with worms. You heard it here first. Started as a child. That's why he keeps bringing it up, talking about eating worms in your stomach.
Okay, well,
He had those worms in his stomach from when he was a baby.
Okay, well, why don't we...
This is medicine.
Who told you he had a worm in his stomach? That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of.
He did just a little bit ago.
Okay, well, liar, liar, pants on fire.
I've been calling him a liar for the past few episodes.
okay.
It's just a constant stream of lies. I can't make heads.
Denied.
Okay, well, and once again, I very much appreciate the input here, but it's actually... I've made a comparison of how our digestive tracts have some similarities with worms in sort of the appearance and the peristalsis.
Yours probably does.
You know, I
think
probably he studied that evolution.
that makes sense. He probably thinks we came from worms.
Probably. I came from angels. Angels and God and Mom. Have you ever heard of... Yes, Mom. Yes. Swoosh. Yes.
Swoosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're really having a moment here. Now, aren't you glad that we brought your mother on, London? Dr. London?
Yeah, yes, very, very thankful. But maybe we could...
And DJ Dylan, if you could play that thing from the beginning.
It's really inspiring me. I think I might have a word here.
This is one DJ you don't want to with.
Thank you.
Thank you, DJ Dylan and the host, once again, for your contributions here.
And that's all the time that we have, folks. Mrs. Smith, thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Mother, for being on the show. Thank you, Cameron, producer.
And again, anything, just even if you got anything in your purse, even it does not change snacks, doesn't matter what it is, anything to help me out.
You
a little
like
bit.
those little mints? If I next time I go to a restaurant, I'll be sure. If you'll have me back on your show so I can talk about my development as a medical expert.
Yeah, I'm $250,000 in the hole, so anything at all, even just like, just
you know, we're going to
a
have
fence
to
I could paint would anything.
Swishing is that's
Wow.
got to be our answer. It's got to be. It's the only way we can get the medical knowledge.
See, and I learned more by learning swishing than I've ever learned from Dr. London's babbling about. Oh, your podiatrist. If you contact him, he'll help you. He'll put a stethoscope up to your pancreas and figure out your insulin levels. This is what Dr. London talks about all the time.
Thank you, DJ Dylan in the house, as well. And I guess that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for listening to the podcast. This is Jock Doc, and if you go to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we are Jock Doc Podcast. If you liked that episode, please like and subscribe and leave a 5-star review. Thank you, and goodbye.
See ya.